Just going and watching them sell their beads, and the elder ladies would sit under the ramadas and they would talk to each other.
Thank you for joining us at Cocopah Now. I'm Jonathan Athens. 31 years ago, the late Kamie Phillips was featured in an Arizona Highways magazine story. The story was about the Cocopah Indian tribe and the Older Workers Program, where Cocopah artisans would sell beadwork and other crafts to travelers passing by the area. And joining us is Kamie Phillips, the late Ms. Phillips' middle daughter. She joins us now, along with Cocopah curator Ulysses Heredia. And Kamie, that's a beautiful picture of your late mother and a particular beaded shawl. Tell us a little bit about that.
That picture was taken at the train station, and it was a place where the elders would come to sell their beadwork to people who rode the train. They would load the train up like by the North Reservation, and the train would stop here, and the train station was located behind the police department, and they were offered a train ride. They were offered a steak dinner and fry bread, and then they were able to come and look at the beadwork and the gourds and stuff that a lot of the elders made under that elders program.
And in that photograph is that beaded cape or that beaded shawl. And Ulysses, tell us about the artwork that goes into this, the craftsmanship.
Yeah, well, it's more than 50,000 beads. It takes months to create a piece like this one. Pieces like this back in 1989 were being sold for about $500. This one was created by the late Mary Coyote, and it was during the 1980s under the Elderly Workers Program. This program was started under a a fund by the Arizona Department of Economic Security, and it was in order to take a long critical look at Cocopah arts and crafts and to bond the older members into a workforce for the tribe. So that was the main point of this Older Workers Program.
And Kamie, what are your fondest memories of that time that you see in that picture there?
Just going, and we knew every Friday we were going to have a steak dinner because they offered it every Friday. And just going and watching them sell their beads, and the elder ladies would sit under the ramadas and they would talk to each other. And it's like everyone's speaking Cocopah, and and it's like the tourists would come and be like, "Oh, what are they saying? Do you know what they're saying?" And we're like, "Yeah, but when you translate it back in English, it's weird. It's not the same of, saying it when they say it in Cocopah makes more sense." And it was just coming out, and I think there was one time where we actually all got to ride the train, and it was Halloween, and they let us load up on the train, and it was kind of like a haunted train situation, and we rode and we got off here, and we were excited because we were like, oh, we got to ride the train, and it took us all the way to Gadsden and back, and it was just for Halloween, and a lot of the tourists came and they dressed up. We didn't. We were just there like, okay, we're just riding the train because it was offered to us for free.
And what do you tell young people, your children and your relatives, about that time, that part of history?
I used to tell my kids, because when we would pass by through here, and I would tell them, hey, there used to be a train station there, and they were like, what is that? And I'm like, well, people used to come and we'd just hang out. It was like Friday night. They did it every Friday night. And I said, and then of course I would say, the best part was the steak dinner, and they would laugh, and they were like, oh, really? And I'm like, yeah. And I have just a few items of my mom's, stuff that she made. And they were like, God, this is too much work. And I would say, yeah, I never have patience for it. I could never make beadwork, no matter how much, we want to learn or whatever. I said, I think I made like 2 turtles in my life, and that was it. And that was just because my mom was teaching a class on it or something at that elder's place, and we had went to go see her, and she was like, sit down, make a turtle. I'm like, okay, I'll try.
Hey, Ulysses, this particular beadwork, this is in the museum collection. Is it going to be on display in 2021 when the museum opens?
this cape has been on display, and it's still going to continue being on display. And all of these that we're talking about, including the cape, including the story, and about the train, about the program, is all condensed in an article of the Arizona Highways magazine. And this is an article from the February of 1989 issue. You can, I mean, if you have access to a magazine, or you can always come to the museum when it's available again, or maybe schedule a one-on-one to take a look at all of this that the magazine's article has to offer, because it's pretty incredible, great highlight for the Cocopah people.
And it's beautiful pictures in color. 1989, it almost feels like yesterday, but yet it was a long time ago, Kamie.
Yeah, I think I was like 15 when that was all going on.
Yeah.
And that's been a while.
Been a while, and it's worth looking at again. And that's going to do it for us for now. I'm Jonathan Athens. If you like this video podcast, make sure to go ahead and click on the subscribe button below. The video podcasts are only available here on our YouTube channel, Cocopah Now. The audio versions are available on SoundCloud, Stitcher, and all major platforms. Thanks for joining us.